everyone, thank you so much for joining me and Evie on today's episode 4 of Sunday Stitches. So as you can see, I am now back in the comfort of my own home. I had a really lovely holiday, but it's always nice to be back home. If you are new to my channel, big welcome. My name's Amanda, and every Sunday I pop out a Sunday Stitches episode giving a little recap of my fibre work throughout the week, whether that be knitting, crochet, spinning, weaving, or some little updates from my little wool shop in the heart of Conwy, North Wales. So talking of North Wales, we are actually experiencing a storm at the moment. So you may hear some clattering and banging. It's just unfortunate that the only time I've got to film this is in the middle of the storm. So we roll with it and hopefully it won't be too noisy or too disruptive during this episode. So I'm going to start with finished objects because I have a couple to show you, one being my jumper. If you haven't seen my previous episodes, I'm just going to recap for those that are new to my channel because there are a few of you I have noticed. So thank you so much for joining me and taking the time to subscribe. So this jumper is made with the Cambrian wool. This is a Welsh wool jumper using Cambrian double knit in the colourway Welsh Red and Natural. So this pattern is from Tin Can Knits. This is the Flax sweater with a few adjustments. So on the original Flax sweater pattern, it has the garter stitch panels running down the side, which I haven't put in on these because I thought it would be too much with the stripes having a detailed garter stitch panel running down the sleeves. So I left those out, which again, I'm really pleased I did because I think it looks lovely just as it is with the stripes. I use 3.5mm needles for my ribbon and 4mm needles for the body and the sleeves. I didn't add the short rows into this jumper because of the stripes. I didn't need the extra width of a stripe on the back. I'm sure there is a way I could have done it on this part here, but it didn't occur to me about the short rows and my design until I was doing the actual stripes. So I was too far at that point and I wasn't going to rip back and then add it in up here. So I've just left them out, which is quite odd to hold up a jumper and it doesn't have a front and a back because those short rows give you a lower neckline. So it does give you a front and a back to your jumper, which I would normally put in. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the jumper in any way. It still feels just as nice to wear. Just a little confusing in an early morning looking at which is the front and the back, and it doesn't have any, but I'm sure I shall get used to that. So it's just a lovely jumper you can throw on any which way and just wear on a cozy, cold, windy, blustery day like today. So it's perfect. So anything else to tell you on this? I adjusted the sleeves slightly for the medium pattern. So on my previous Flax, on the small medium, you do your stocking stitch to 9-inch, to 7-inch, and then you start your decreasing. On this one, you work it to 9-inch, then start your decreasing. However, that left my sleeves far too long. So I've ripped them back slightly, and because of the pattern work, I needed it to finish on the white and then have the Welsh Red for the cuff. So I had two choices at this point. I'd done the whole sleeve, so I could either rip back and then just do the 7-inch stocking stitch before starting the decrease, which I will do again should I do the medium jumper again. I didn't take into account that the sleeves were going to be a lot longer on the medium. I should have thought that the sleeves were perfect for me on the small medium. I don't mind the width, the positive ease in the sleeve. I like that and I wanted that, so I got the extra stitches, but I didn't think of the length. So at this point I'd already knitted down to, I'd gone past this point, and it occurred to me that these sleeves are looking really long. So I did a quick try on and they were too long. And to get to the white was another 26 rows to get to the end, which was just going to be far too long for me. So I had two choices at this point. I could either rip it back completely and then do the 7-inch instead of the 9-inch stocking stitch before the decreases, or I could do a quick cheat, and I'm afraid I went for the quick cheat option because I really like the look of the sleeves and there was nothing wrong with them apart from the length, and I hadn't reached the decreased number of stitches. So I needed to finish on a stitch count of 50, and at the end of this white here I'd reached 50. I was on 56 stitch count, so it was only 6 stitches. So what I did is I ripped it back to the last 3 rows and I just did a rapid decrease. So I decreased on the last 3 rows to get me to my 50 stitches, and then I added my cuff, which I think looks fine. So it just seems silly ripping it all the way back. Sorry, she's having a little moan. I think it's a bit windy. Okay, so it just seemed a bit silly ripping the whole sleeve back, just, you know, for those few inches to adjust it, when I could have just tweaked it at this point here and did the rapid decrease. So I'm happy with that, and I'm happy that I did it. So I've obviously done the matching sleeve on the other side, and I did it exactly the same way. So I did do the 9-inch, and then I carried on and did the rapid decrease on the natural here as well to match it up. But overall, you wouldn't really notice. You know, if I didn't tell anybody, I don't think they'd ever notice. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I did alter that into the pattern. But next time I should remember to keep my sleeve count as the small medium, not the medium, because that worked out perfectly before for me. So yeah, overall, really, really pleased with this. And I'm sure you are fed up now of seeing the flax sweater. So I'm going to move on to some other projects, and I'll give the flax sweater a little break for you. Okay, so talking of finished objects, I do have another finished object to show you. Yay! So I've not been able to show you a finished object for a few weeks being on holiday. So next to show you on finished objects are my gingerbread socks. Here they are. They are finished. We have a pair of glorious gingerbread socks ready for Christmas. So being on holiday last 2 weeks, I have not felt very festive, I have to admit, because it's been 25 degrees, glorious sunshine. I cannot complain about the weather at all, but it does not make you feel very Christmassy or festive. So when I got home, I was catching up on the Vlogmas, and it put me in the mood to work on the gingerbread socks. Okay, so let me just run through then how I have made the gingerbread socks. So these have been made with the gorgeous West Yorkshire Spinners 4-ply signature in the colourway gingerbread, hence the gingerbread socks, gingerbread for the main colour and spruce for the contrast colour. I have made these using my 2.25mm needle cuff down, and I have a stitch count of 58, and I've done the 2x2 rib for 20 rows, then the leg I've done 70 rows, then I've done the heel flap and gusset, and then I have done my foot, which is 60 rows or 16 centimeters from the heel to the decrease, start of the decrease of the toe, so that's 16 centimeters. And then for my toe, I've just done my alternating decrease rounds with a knit round until I reach a stitch count of 24 in this case. Sometimes I go down to 20 stitches, but in this case I started to Kitchener off at 24 as I didn't want them too pointy, and that has worked out really, really well on these, so very, very happy. So I have a pair of Christmas socks, yay! I wasn't convinced I was going to get these finished with everything else I had going on, but as I say, watching the Vlogmas really, really put me in that mood just to work on something Christmassy and have a break from the more summery socks. So very, very happy with the gingerbreads, so yay! Finished jumper and some socks, so very, very toasty, warm Christmas for me. So very happy with those. So I'll just pop those down there. So if we move on now to works in progress, I did make some progress on my holiday socks. So those were my frosty morning colourway, was it? Frosty, I haven't got the ball band to hand. Frosty Morning, I think this colourway is by Dina's Home of Crafts, and the contrast is a terracotta. And I have managed to finish this sock off now. So if I just grab a sock blocker, I'll just take the gingerbread off and just pop this one on. let's have a look. I can just show you this one. There we go, so you can see it a little bit better on here. So I haven't woven in the ends or anything yet. So this is the colourway, I'm sure it's Frosty Morning by Dina's Home of Crafts, and the contrast terracotta one is just an odd 20 gram mini skein that I had in my stash that worked really nicely with the Frosty. So yeah, managed to cast that one off. I haven't started the second sock yet. No, empty needles. I'm yet to cast that one on, which I hope to do this week because I really don't want to have a sock hanging around by itself. So hopefully work on this one this week as well. Although saying that, I have got a few new projects on the go to cast on, or I have cast on. So it might be put on the back burner a little bit, but over the next couple of weeks I do hope to get the second sock finished, and yeah, very happy with those. So these ones again I have knitted on my 2.25, so I like to use the Knit Pros. I do have Chowgoos and some other ones, but I tend to always drift back to the Knit Pros. Seem to be my favourite. So, and I do have those in the interchangeables, and I really like them. So the Knit Pro Symphonies are my needle of choice at the moment. I really like them for most of my projects actually. So 2.25mm needle, 20 rounds 2x2 for the cuff, and again 70 rounds for my leg, heel flap and gusset. Again, this one I did 65 rounds. I'm really sorry, the light is terrible and you might see it flashing. I think we might have a power cut, so I'm really going to try and get this done as quickly as I can, hopefully. But I do have quite a bit to share with you as well. So this storm isn't great, is it? With the lighting and possible power cut, it's going to be interesting. So yeah, I actually did 65 rounds for the foot of the sock on this one, because this yarn's coming up a bit finer than the West Yorkshire Spinners. I tend to go to 65 on this type of yarn, and then I did my toe. So, and as before, I've just done my alternate knit row and then decrease row until I got to a stitch count of, I think I did 24 on this one as well. I haven't got any notes for this one. I'm sure it was 24. I'll have a look at my notes. I haven't got them with me, but yeah, I think I did that one 24 as well, so it wasn't too pointy at the end. You may notice that my heels are all in stocking stitch. I don't have any textured heels, just how I prefer wearing them. I don't like the bulk, particularly when it's a textured heel personally. I do a lot of walking and I just like my socks to be really smooth and just in stocking stitch, heel and leg. I do like pattern socks, don't get me wrong, and I am going to be doing some more decorative socks and colourwork socks. It's just I like the heels to be really smooth, and I don't find that they wear any quicker. I don't find that they, I don't find the textures heels last any longer on me personally. So yeah, you'll see a lot of just stockinette heel flap and gussets instead of the textured heel flap and gussets. So that's just a personal choice, no other reason, just like how they feel on me. And when I'm walking, which I do a lot of, I just prefer how they feel in my walking boots. So yeah, that's those. So really happy with these. I've tried this one on and it fits lovely, so very happy. Another sock, just need to make it partner, and then that'll be another finished object to show you hopefully very soon. So let's move on before we actually do have a power cut, because the lights do keep flickering, so just bear with. So I have just realised I actually do have another finished object to show you. Now, when I got home and I was looking through my stash again, I come across this bag, which I did make myself. It's a crochet bag. I did use James Brett marble to make this, but that's not what I was going to show you. I just want to show you how big this bag is and what it's filled with. So I had completely forgotten about this bag. This bag is full of cottons. in all different colours. So this is a shocking amount of cottons in here, and there's a whole array of beautiful, beautiful colours in here. We've got deep reds, pinks, blues, oranges, mustards, all sorts of colours going on in here. Lovely purples. So yeah, every colour you can think of, I think, is in this humongous bag. So I was having to think what I could make with all this cotton, because I haven't touched it for so long, and I really, really do need to start using it from my stash. So I had a little think about what I would like to make, and I really need some more dishcloths, of all things. So I thought I could make a whole collection of beautiful dishcloths. So I went onto Ravelry and I found, bear with, I should have made notes. So I went onto Ravelry. I was just looking here to see if I could see the name on the pattern. Now, I'm not going to get the name right, and I haven't made any notes, so I'm going to pop it on the screen, but it was something like the kitchen sink, and she has a lovely collection of different dishcloth patterns from different years. And I come across a 2022 collection, which was based on books, and they were all the books I like. So I was really, really drawn to purchasing her book of, you can just purchase individual dishcloth patterns from her, or she does collections of the whole year. So this was a whole 2022 collection of dishcloths based on books, and it just happened to be a collection of books that I personally really, really like, and was really drawn to the dishcloth patterns because of how she was inspired by the different books. So the first one was Anne of Green Gables, which I absolutely love. Anne of Green Gables. So it was an instant buy for the whole package for me. So I bought the whole booklet so I can make all the dishcloths from 2022 that she designed, and use some of my cotton stash, which is fantastic. So the first dishcloth that I made is the Anne of Green Gables, of course, which is this one here, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. So I haven't woven in my ends yet. I made this last night, and there is one slight mistake in it, which I don't think, well, I've got to try and find it now. Okay, I can see it. It's just up here, one of the little eyelets here. The reason I made the mistake is because at this point here, the alarm went off on my phone for the severe weather warning, and I literally jumped out of my skin. So I don't know if you've ever experienced that. It's the first time since there was a trial when it first came out. So the networks will alert you to any severe updates of anything, and I really wasn't expecting it. I knew we'd had a red warning, we were in the red, and then just as I was at this point here, the alarm went on my phone. Well, all the phones in the house went. I had no idea how to turn the alarm off on the phone for a start, and I just lost my place slightly, and I obviously thought I was one stitch ahead of myself, but it doesn't really matter. It's a dishcloth at the end of the day. It's fine. I have started making another one, and the one I'm working on next is so pretty. It is inspired by The Secret Garden, and this pattern, before I show you, was based on the curtain of roses that Mary talks about in the book. So are you ready? Ta-da! Isn't it beautiful? So it's working up so lovely. And you know, the thing I really like about this, I would never ever choose to have a pink dishcloth. I would always go more like these greys or the sage green, the naturals, maybe a mustard. These type of colours are my kind of go-to colours. However, I love the fact that this particular project is inspiring me to use different colours and use up colours that have just been sat in stash that I never really go to. So I think it's really nice. So instead of going to my normal colours, I am actually using the colours that have been inspired by the book and that the designer used for the patterns as well, as closely as I can. So I think that is lovely, and it's a great way to use up any cotton stash. And they also make lovely gifts because they're very, very quick to knit up as well. And how gorgeous. I would love to receive something like this at Christmas, a lovely set of dishcloths, or even one dishcloth. They're so pretty. You could put that with a lovely bar of soap, couldn't you? Put it with a handmade bar of soap. Would make the most gorgeous gift. I'm just going to crochet. I haven't ended this off yet because I'm just going to crochet a little hook just so they hang, which isn't in the pattern, but it's so easy just to chain, do a crochet chain. I'll probably do chain 12 and then just loop it back round and join it, and then the cloths will hang, which I really like. So I'm just going to add that little feature onto each cloth. But yeah, I really think they're so pretty. What's the next one I've got downloaded? Oh, Meg's dress, which is a blue one. It's really pretty. I'll see if I can insert a clip. I'm really looking forward to doing that. And the patterns on all of the designs are so pretty and so easy and quick to make as well. Just a really fun make. So I'm really happy I have found the collection of 2022 dishcloths. So next week I shall probably have some more dishcloths to show you, and I'm going to build the collection, and then I'll show you them all finished as well, which I think will be a lovely pile of dishcloths to have in the drawer and having hung out. So just to update you on some other whips that I have in progress, I still have my flax sweater that I'm making using the James Brett marble. That one I still have just to pop the sleeve, just to finish the sleeve on the one side, then that one will be done. I've not done any progress on that as yet since being back home. I also have the bunny that I was making from episode 1. Again, I haven't had a chance to do anything on that, so that is still a whip just waiting to be worked on. Oh, and I still have my socks, my Afterthought heel socks. I need to put in the Afterthought heels. I still have those to do. So those things I still have to work on. However, I do have some new projects that I will be starting as well. And one of those I can show you now because it is actually a kit I ordered. And I ordered this from Black Sheep Walls. And I saw this kit before I went away on holiday. And I was like, I was so tempted. But I thought, nah, I'm going away, there's no point. So it wouldn't have arrived in time. However, I kept seeing this popping up on my newsfeed of people's progress on this particular design, and halfway through my holiday I succumbed and I purchased it. So it was here when I got back from holiday, which is great. So you may have seen it if you also follow Black Sheep Walls. It is their Season's Greetings festive stocking. Not only do I like the fact that it's going to challenge my colour work and give me great practice, which I really want to do more colour work, it also has beadwork on it, which I have never done with knitting before. The pattern is actually by Debbie Abrahams, but the kit has been put together by Black Sheep Walls. So yeah, that's the pattern. I'm not going to open it up because all the patterns in there. I'll show you the back because that's got all the lovely charts on the back. Then it comes with the wool, which is the most beautiful alpaca DK from Rowan. So here we have the Rowan DK alpaca, which is beautiful, so soft as well. Beautiful wool. So really looking forward to making up the stocking in this gorgeous alpaca. And also included in the kit we have, just going to pop these back in the, it comes in a lovely organza bag, so I'm just going to pop those in there. And we also have included in the pack all the beads, which somewhat scares me a little bit, I must admit. I've never done any beadwork with knitting. I think I may have done it with crochet, but never knitting. So here, and it looks like a lot of beads, doesn't it? A lot of beadwork. But I do think if I can do it, it is going to look beautiful. Yeah, I just think the stocking is just gorgeous in this lovely alpaca. it's going to work up so nice. So fingers crossed I am able to do the pattern and do the beadwork and produce a stocking. Whether it will be in time for Christmas, I have no idea. So this could be a stocking for 2025 instead of 2024, but that is absolutely fine. I am okay with that. I just want to practice more colour work, and when I saw it had the beadwork included in it as well, I was like, yeah, I was sold. That's a nice kind of challenging project for me at this point. So I cannot wait to cast that on. So you need a 2.5mm and a 3.25mm needle for this project. And I have a 3.25mm, but I don't have a 2.5mm needle. So I think I do have a 2.5 in a very old needle collection that I've got, which aren't my Knit Pros, they're the old metal needles. So I'm going to have a look through that rather than ordering a 2.5 just for this project. If I can't find one, then obviously I will order one. But yeah, so 2.5mm and a 3.25. So I just need to hunt out the 2.5 and then I shall cast that on this week and see how I get on. Ooh, I'm really excited, but I'm also a little bit apprehensive as well because it just seems a little bit daunting at this point with the colour work and the beadwork. But otherwise, yeah, I'm very excited. I think that is going to be a lovely alpaca Christmas stocking. So yeah, gorgeous. Cannot wait to start that this week. So I have one more thing to show you before I round up today's video, and it is a little treat for myself for Christmas Eve. I have another little visitor. This is Margot. Before I dive in and show you what is in this box, this Christmas Eve box cast on is from Tithen Bryn. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's from Tithen Bryn. So Margot says it's a beautiful cast on, just like me. So yeah, if you have purchased the Frosty Christmas Eve cast on, then look away now because I'm going to reveal what is in the box. And it's beautiful, isn't it, Margot? Isn't it beautiful? Yes. So we have, what have we got here, Margot? She's jumped down now. Okay, so in the box we have, it's very exciting. Are you ready? So I don't know what to show you first. I think I'll show you the treats first before I show you the wool. So it's beautiful Welsh wool from Tithen Bryn. So I chose the colourway Frosty. So if you also chose the Christmas Eve cast on in the colourway Frosty, then look away now. Okay, so first off, we have the lovely Welsh cream liqueur, which I am saving for Christmas Eve. So this is my Christmas Eve box and my Christmas Eve cast on. So I will not cast this on until Christmas Eve. But however, I wanted to show you because it is beautiful. And I do think you can still purchase this box if you pop on over to the website. So I've got my lovely liqueur, Christmas Eve liqueur. So I can have a lovely drink whilst casting on the beautiful wool, which I shall show you in a moment. And with my lovely cream liqueur, I have the most delicious Welsh waffles. How yummy. So I could have a lovely drink of liqueur with a lovely waffle whilst casting on my lovely new wool. With the Christmas Eve cast on, it comes with 3 patterns to choose from, which is amazing. So you get 3 patterns to choose from, which I should just show you. So you get the Kutch short, Kutch socks, or the Kutch hand warmers. So I should be casting on the Kutch socks, and you can't see it very clearly, but there are little hearts within the pattern of the socks. So I'm really looking forward to doing those. I think I'll do the socks because the wool is quite rustic, and I think it might be too rustic for the shawl. The hand warmers would be great, but I do love knitting socks, as you know. So, and I do want to make a pair of Welsh wool mittens and crochet a cord to run through my coat, which I talked about before, which I cannot wait to do those. So I don't think I should do those. I think I should be casting on the Kutch socks. So very exciting. So are you ready to see the colourway which is in the box. So if you have ordered Frosty from Titham Bryn, look away now because I'm about to show it. So in the box we have a mini skein in this beautiful, beautiful blue. So that is the contrast colour, 20-gram mini skein in this gorgeous, gorgeous blue. And for the main 100-gram skein in this fabulous, very rustic yarn in the colourway Frosty. Is this? How beautiful is this colourway? I cannot wait to cast this on Christmas Eve. So that is the contrast. And I just think that it's calling a beautiful pair of Christmas Eve sock cast on. So I'm going to make the cut socks with this, and I think that is going to look absolutely gorgeous. So whether I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do them yet, so whether I do the contrast like I did with my Frosty Morning socks, where I just do the contrast toe and the contrast top and bottom of the ribbon, I may do that with these. I'm not sure. I haven't quite worked that out yet, but they are just fabulous. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful Welsh wool that I cannot wait to cast on Christmas Eve. So that is very, very exciting. And I have also placed another order for some more of her wool and also some beautiful roving, if she still has that in stock, to be able to spin up. So yeah, really looking forward to that. So I'm hoping to have a roving in a really pretty rose pink, and it does look like roses where you've got all the different shades going from light pink to dark pink, lovely variegated pink, which isn't normally a colour I go for, but this one is stunning. And I've also chosen, if she has any left in stock, a lovely plum roving, so that will be lovely to spin up either over Christmas or in the new year. So yeah, really looking forward to that as well. So yeah, that is my little update on my little purchases. And I cannot wait to start the stocking, and I cannot wait even more for Christmas Eve to cast on my beautiful, beautiful cut socks and have my waffles. I'm not sure which I'm most excited about, the waffles or the socks. No, only joking. I am really excited on the socks. So we've made it through without having a power cut. Yay! So I'm going to wrap this up now, and I am going to carry on with my Secret Garden dishcloth and try and get that finished for next week. And I hope you all have a lovely week knitting, sewing, crochet, spinning, whatever you're doing, and I hope to see you next Sunday. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and that way you will never miss an episode. So until next Sunday, take care everybody, and see you soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.